Hi Aries, welcome to your end of July 2018 Tarot update. It's Raina here and I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot deck for this update to the month of July, when there's going to be a lunar eclipse in your 11th house of friendships, hopes, and wishes. You may find that you are really letting go of a certain social circle of yours. And the first card I got was the Tower card. So that may go along with things. We shall see. Okay. The heart of the matter is the Tower card. So this can be an event, and of course a lunar eclipse could qualify as that, as the catalyst for some sort of sudden change in your life, sudden revelation, sudden, aha moment, but also sudden ending, sudden discovery of something. An eclipse, a lunar eclipse, is a very powerful full moon, so it can be like something that you find out about and that causes you to end something. Again, in the 11th house, this could be with people that are friends to you, and you may feel like you're kind of, in some cases, cutting the strings or ties to the past, in terms of relationships maybe that you've had for many years that don't really feel like they are comfortable anymore, stimulating enough, for whatever reason. You recently had Uranus in your sign, so that has really taken you to some wild places, and this may just be an extension of that. In the challenge position, we have the Daughter of Pentacles, which connects to the Page of Pentacles, and this can be money that you have been hoping for, that especially if it has something to do with college or advanced education, that does not come through when you want it, because now, we're talking about the end of July. This is right before the new semester begins for the new college year. So some of you may be like, you're counting on some money. Maybe the Tower card is getting that thing in the mail that says, no, I'm sorry. But remember that if there's a door that ever closes to you, first of all, it's not necessarily permanent. And also, really think about whether or not maybe this is trying to help you, to steer you in a different direction, Aries. Because sometimes Aries is so wanting a certain outcome that they just keep doubling down and trying to make something happen, engaging into many controlling behaviors regarding it. And especially if you have Mars in Taurus, which you could, then you can really be a steamroller. The Page of Pentacles could be a new relationship with an earth sign individual that is put on hold for whatever reason. And maybe they are dealing with the fallout from if they're married or something along those lines, that they can't get involved with you. The bottom of this reading, the foundation, is the Ace of Swords. And this, again, you see the theme with the Tower in this card, the lightning strikes? This is all about revelations and kind of like, boom, you have that lightning strike, and then it's like it illuminates your life, but it also changes up everything. It shocks you into reality, if you will. And this can be along the lines of something that you have been in denial about, because the Ace of Swords is like a new beginning where you are seeing things as they really are. Maybe you were lying to yourself about something, in denial, in confusion, and now, and this would have to do with that Tower. And now it's like you say, so that's why this is happening. Of course, this could be on the job too. And in that case, with the Page of Pentacles, maybe you were hoping you were going to get a raise, or there was some kind of a message about money that was supposed to come through that never did, and you find out why exactly that happened. And there may have been some kind of hanky-panky going on, some people trying to tell you one thing, talking about both sides of their mouth maybe, about something, and really giving you the runaround. The higher message is the Ten of Pentacles, which is the card of ultimate prosperity. So, I mean, of the cards with the numbered cards. So this could be like material affluence being something that is your birthright, and that you have it within yourself to achieve this. So if you've been feeling like with that Page of Pentacles that something wasn't able to get off the ground, understand that you have a lot of wealth vibes, great vibes for that, floating around you. And maybe it's just a matter of kind of everything coming together as it should. Maybe there's just more that needs to happen, and you're impatient. Well, Aries people wouldn't be impatient, right? That's crazy talk, right? And also, this is the card of inheritance, so this could be about family money, although this isn't a predictive position. This is more about looking at it from the spiritual level. Aries people tend to accumulate wealth, or at least a very, nice life for themselves materially, because they are generous and they are expansive in their thinking. They don't have that sense of what we would call poverty consciousness. That when somebody's generous, they don't have a sense of like, oh my gosh, if I give my money to somebody else, will I have enough for myself? That's not how they think. So you are coming into this situation, whatever the situation is, with already one benefit on your side, one great thing on your side, because you have the ability to attract wealth to you easily. And so if there's some momentary blip in the whole thing, it's only like readjustment, because the Ace of Swords is a new beginning, and it's like a very good card. It's a card of victory, but it is coming with a bit of conflict, and that is to be expected in life, that you can't have one, you would like to have smooth sailing, but that's sometimes not how life works. The trick is not to invite drama into your reality. And Aries people still are learning that one, because I think sometimes Aries people think that life gets boring without a little bit of conflict in it. The practical advice is represented by the Four of Swords. This is a card of rest, rejuvenation, retreat, maybe a literal type of religious retreat or something like that, but it's not going to be something that you are interacting with other people like some kind of an exotic spa. This is really about turning away from the world for a brief period of time and being able to recharge your batteries, which may have been kind of stripped bare because of recent events that were unexpected. And this prepares you for what is coming up for you, because you are someone who is very dynamic in general. And when we go into August with the sign of Leo being in the sun and we are having that solar eclipse in Leo. This is a fellow fire sign and a trine situation, very nice energy, but you may need to kind of regroup before then. What is coming in is represented by the Hangman, which is a card of maybe stillness, letting go and letting God, you know, like kind of surrendering to your situation. And that's definitely what they always recommend that we do during eclipses, is that we go with the flow, that we're not trying to stop something from happening just because it makes us feel a little bit uncomfortable. I think that Aries, for the most part, welcomes change and isn't afraid of even unexpected events that can actually inject a little bit of excitement into your life. But just the idea of this kind of like is the major arcana version of that Four of Swords in a way, where it's about surrendering and being passive rather than active. And that's where you find out maybe some downloads about what all of this is about, but also being able to chart your course the most effectively. And the outcome is the Nine of Wands. This is a card of having boundaries, setting boundaries for yourself. So if you were in a work situation that you feel you got the short end of the stick, reviewing in that little bit of rest that you get, Four of Swords time, reviewing what did I do that I would do differently in this situation? How would I handle things differently? And seeing the times when you allowed people to overstep their boundaries, to, you know, if it was in the workplace, to ask you to work overtime but not being willing to compensate you. For your private life, someone who was coming up with excuses why they were not coming home on time, and you believed them. You turned, you looked the other way when you knew inside that something wasn't quite right, but you weren't really wanting to deal with it then. This is about self-actualization, taking necessary steps to take control of your life and ensure a happier future for yourself, Aries. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you'd like a private reading, there is a link to my website below. Have an awesome rest of July, Aries. Take care. Bye.